Digitizing your doodles. Sounds exciting, right? Well, we found one device with which you can write on virtually any surface. And if there's any place that's ripe with new ideas and market disruptors, it's crowdfunding platforms. And we found another gem that's nothing if not unique. This is free.
It's got high resolution. Write anywhere and it will turn into a digital input device. Sounding like something out of a sci-fi movie? Well, welcome the future with Free. It allows the world to be your paper. What is it, you ask?
With Free, you can write or draw on nearly any surface, and your words or pictures will appear on your screen instantly. Free's sophisticated optical tracking engine can trace anyone's handwriting on nearly any surface to an incredible level of accuracy. There has never been anything like it.
This startup was such a hit as a project on Kickstarter that they reached their pledged goal in less than a day. The Wonder Gadget has received a lot of interest from people around the world and has over 5,000 backers. Free is priced at around 8,600 rupees, which is a bit on the higher side, we think. But hey, if this hits a chord with you, check it out on Kickstarter.
आज खाने में क्या है? These magic words probably resonate with a lot of you, because for most of us, food forms an integral part of the fabric of our lives. And cashing in on this emotion and filling in a gap is, of course, a startup. Fasos is a startup that provides food on demand. And they've come a long way from the times where they were a delivery-centric restaurant to their present-day form, where they are one of the biggest food tech companies in India.
आज खाने में क्या है? I guess this is a question we ask ourselves every day. We try to think of food as an utility, just like bijli pani. So whatever the time of the day or the day of the week, and whatever the kind of mood you are in, whether you want to eat healthy or you want to indulge, you want to celebrate, hopefully all the answers should be available in Fasos.
This startup co-founder is trying to ensure that his startup leads the charge among India's burgeoning food tech startups. And how? This co-founder joined Fasos with one vision: to make it the largest food technology business in the country. Meet Kallol Banerjee, the co-founder at Fasos. And at the helm of affairs is Jaideep Burman, who has previously worked as a strategy consultant at McKinsey & Co. and moved back to India to start Fasos. Kallol knows that the one question that is on the hungry Indian's mind 24/7 is, "Aaj khane mein kya hai?" And that has become the founding philosophy of Fasos. But before we test that out, we want to know. India's food tech space is very competitive. How will Fasos outlive its competition? India's food tech space is also very turbulent. Does Fasos have a sustainable business model? What makes Fasos any different or better than India's food tech unicorn, Zomato?
So I think the key differentiator, and this is something that probably people sort of don't really understand, is that when you look at various options, the only people who offer that are people who run, I would say, as aggregators, essentially people who have a commission-based model. So essentially they are responsible neither for the food directly, and neither for the logistics or the delivery, because they don't control any aspect of it. Ours is a full stack model, right? From the food to the delivery to the logistics of it, we actually control every aspect of it. The rest we feel are more like aggregators, they are marketplaces. So I really don't think there is a comparison in that sense.
Mumbai-based Fasos aims to offer food which can be consumed by Indian customers on a daily basis without having to worry about the affordability. With the goal to reduce reliance on Mumbai's famous dabbawalas or daily canteens, Fasos offers standardized stays in a large variety of culinary fields. Fasos works on a vertically integrated model and controls all the three important aspects of a food-on-demand business: ordering, distribution and delivery through its own logistics. But hey, we want to know, does Fasos have enough room to grow in India's overcrowded food tech space?
So we are today in 12 cities, in South, in West and in North, and across 180 odd distribution centers. So I think among the homegrown brands, we are the largest in India in terms of the sheer scale of logistics that we run.
Fasos claims it has served around 4 million customers so far and processes around 350,000 orders every month. And it knows how to reward its loyal customers. Through a service called Fasos Elite, customers can buy now, pay later, expedite their deliveries, avail special vouchers and much more.
Our economics are very different. So our economics are that of a food manufacturer. So we are at 60% plus gross margins in terms of whatever food that we have in our offerings, as opposed to a commission-based model which works on very thin, maybe 5%, 10% kind of margins. So for us, every order is profitable. Every store that we run, whether it's a dark kitchen or some of our earlier outlets are actually high street outlets. So all of them at a unit level are profitable.
So while there is a multitude of players in the food tech space, what differentiates Fastsource from all the others is that when they receive an order, it is processed right here in their own central kitchen and then sent out by their own delivery boys. So I'm going to check out how they do this. Hi Chef.
Hi.
What are we cooking today?
Today we'll be cooking veg pasta in white sauce.
Okay, so all the chopping is now done. Yes, so let's start.
Okay, madam, the pasta is ready.
Great.
You can taste it.
Thank you. It looks lovely. So now this is the order that you got from the customer with exact specifications of what they wanted.
And this is the portion will be served to the guest, the customer.
Okay. It's really nice, Chef. It's quite salty, which is just the way I like it.
Well, the pasta scored high on our taste meter and we love the home-cooked vibe and fresh flavors. But enough talk about the food, let's talk money with the founders.
The food tech space in India has become very overcrowded. So what is it that sets Fastsource apart from everyone else in this space?
Completely agree with you. I think it's a good sign, that when it's overcrowded obviously means that there is potential in it. So, which is always a good sign. And competition, and it probably sounds parroted, but competition always is good because it expands the market. So, as far as what we are doing is concerned, I think we've been leaders in this space, right from the word go. So if you look at how our evolution has been, we've been primarily a delivery business all the time. And we have invested a lot of money on the technology side of it, on the delivery part. So right from the time when we used to take orders on the phone to then the web and now the mobile app, that's been our evolution. But fundamentally the business has been about delivery. Our average customer orders from us about 2.5 times a month. So I think if you're thinking of a business which is sort of moving towards becoming a utility as far as food is concerned, when you think food, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, North Indian, South Indian, whatever, with quality, with assured delivery, that's Fastsource. What we are shooting for is a fundamental change in consumer habit, in the way that they order food, in the way that they think about ordering food. And that's what we're trying to change.
Yeah, exactly. So for running a model like yours, doesn't logistics become a very big issue for you?
Absolutely, absolutely. And actually that is the heavy lifting. That is the real work that needs to get done on the ground. And that is where economies and scales and all of these start to matter. So, which is of course also a slower way of building the business, because you have to go at it city by city, store by store, all of that takes time. But I think that's also where the defendability comes in, because anybody else who enters, who wants to compete, has to go through the same thing. So that's where it's sort of more defensible, and it's slow, but it's steady progress.
Fastsource, I believe, has got a great story. Their whole strength in terms of identifying the right kind of cuisines and the offering has gone very well with the youth kind of segment, and the delivery system has been improving a lot.
Fastsource is, I think, one of the leading names in the food tech space. It's already been backed by some marquee investors like Sequoia Capital. It's expanded very fast. So I think it's very clearly a great growth story in terms of expansion and the investors that they bring to the table.
The challenge which I see across in this space or to scale across is to how do you keep engaging the customer again and again.
Expand, fast, scale, but don't forget quality and taste and connecting to the consumer.
A voice assistant to navigate through daily chores and manage all your tasks through an app. Haptik is trying to woo customers with a simple convenience. And Fastsource has already made strong inroads into India's food tech space and is now scaling up. Unicorn's Mumbai Travels have discovered some great ideas with speedy execution. Where to next, we wonder?